Roll tape.
Take one.
Take one.
Once you hear a beat, be like a key to a door. It opens the door, and once you get in the door, you know, you do whatever. If we listen to the beat, and if it's something that moves us, what we do is your head, the wheels start turning in your head, and all this shit's going through your head, and you know what I'm saying? Everything falls into place.
That's some freestyle rhyme shit right there, dude. You know, we keep all the records in the milk crates. That's where it came from. All the DJs back in the 70s kept it in milk crates. And digging in the crates is going to get those old dusty records and finding out the best part of them old records and sampling them or cutting them. That's digging in the crates. You know what I'm saying? That's real hip-hop. If you don't know what you're looking for, you can go into a record shop and they have all the greatest beats, but you will look right over them because you don't know what you're doing. Understand what I'm saying? Then you can go to a record shop that you think has nothing and it has a lot of stuff sitting in your face because you don't know what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? But it is 80% the record store because the record store got to have rare records.
I don't go in the store and go, okay, I'm gonna look for rock breaks or jazz breaks. You know what I mean? Whatever's there, you know, I'm gonna look through it. You know what I'm saying? That's just me personally. You know, once you've been digging a while, you pretty much know, you know, what might have a break on it, you know, as to what definitely won't have a break on it, you know what I mean?
Who played on the record, what remakes it did over, you know what I'm saying, and stuff like that, and usually I smell the records. Another thing I look for too is labels. Like Strata East, that label was a dope label. I had early Gil Scott Heron stuff and Stanley Caldwell, and I always look for labels too. I don't know if it has anything on it.
I look for distinct sounds. Things that would basically evoke some sort of emotion within the producer, which is myself. And, you know, something that'll generally make the listener think or feel something. You know, most of the things that I use are not, yeah, I got it. That's it. Right, see, like a record like this, I would definitely, well, I've used it before, so, you know, it has like pieces on it that's very nice, and it gives you like a certain weird feeling. Like most of my feeling of my music is more eclectic. Like it's not sad or happy, but it moves a little something in you. If I can take the liberty to say such a thing. Like anything from this, I could take a piece from this record and use it. And once it's looped, it just has a different life all its own, you know? It's like a complete beginning and a complete end in itself. And when it's looped and you hear it for the duration of 3 or 4 minutes, then it has like, it tells its own story, you know what I mean? It's no need to get scientific about it or like, nah. If it works, it works. You feel it, you feel it. If you don't, keep going till you feel it.
I said I'm belly full, what's up with us? Wanna be paid like Ross first in full. Head rush, in God we trust. Breaking and breeze like cold trust. It's rough, niggas is nuts with these gimmicks and stuff. Non-believers can't believe it's us. Food and shelter, that's a must. Luxury's a plus. exploit your weakness. Even when you speak, you're speechless. Struggling to write and your concepts are reachless. Tough talk is needless, shit is cream with peaches. In my mind it's like I'm Einstein, a genius for the jizzer. But my clan B Bronx niggas slip the plan B when these crabs can't stand me. Wreck 'em like a skipper, star-studded like a dipper. Master chemist, Jews flooded like the streets of Venice. Not to mention that the flow is endless. Come with that bullshit, watch it get returned like tennis. It's mathematics, those the only laws we live. That other shit is backwards like AG.
Motherfuckers feel this. In your face, something for you niggas to reminisce. We still digging, for real living. Shadow box, black off, back off. You don't want no problems, dude. Fuck out of here, I'ma hit you with the simple. Something real easy for your temple. Rocking over shows instrumental. What you been through, nothing to me that real men do. There's a red dot on your forehead like a Hindu. Been off the scene like 3 years, thought I was sedated. Back on the scene now, I'm reanimated. Oh, see a mush, when I grab a mic, you hear swoosh. Nigga, a bitch, no matter the word bitch, your puss. Chivalry is dead, fuck the bravery. We gon' brainwash the whole planet like modern day slavery. What?
When the person look at my name and he know what he's getting, or 100%, he know he's not gonna get no record from the 80s that was popular, and then somebody's singing or rapping over it. No disrespect to nobody, but that's just not me. I like it. I like all of that, but I would never do it because that don't fit in with me. I didn't grow up, you know. I didn't grow up with that. I had love for the music when I was growing up. So, you know, I'm not going to go ahead and do that just because I can get money and everybody out here dancing to it. I'm not going to do that, you know what I'm saying? I definitely take pride in that, you know? And Premier always keeps that, you know, with me. He always say, yo, stick to that because it's hip-hop. I like that.
I like to hear someone finding a record that no one ever even fucked with before, you know what I'm saying? I like to hear beats. That's what I'm going for. That's what make me happy, you know what I'm saying?
For those who don't know, I'm common sense. It's still common sense every time. Coming from Chicago, just showing love to all the hip-hop peoples out here. Black people, Hispanic people, it's all love. White folk, we gonna do this together, alright? Straight up. Asian folk, we in here. Yeah. Yo, anybody got any beats? Let me kick some freestyle shit till niggas get ready. Yo. 1, 2. We got Diamond D in the house. Look out for his album, y'all. It's coming out soon. Hatred, Fidelity, and Passion. His single is out. The Hiatus. Y'all know that's the real hip-hop shit right there. The BEATMINERZ, I think they coming through soon. We got my nigga Ramos. 1, 2. What? Can I kick it? Yes, you can. Can I kick it? Yes, you can. Can I kick it? Yes, you can. What's that mean? Can I kick it tonight? Check it. It's like this when I come to the bar seminar. Concerts and come MCs, they bet not spar against the champ. Yo, I'm the lyrical lamp. Well, understand what goes down when I get under the lamp. It's like a lyrical lounge. Some MCs are rap havens. Spook when I stop by the door like I was Wes Craven. Look at the speaker, you can understand the scene. Sooner or later, you gon' see me on the screen. Where did it go? I guess it went upstairs. Give me a drink on the bars. I see rap stars like my nigga Diamond. Up the mountain I'm climbing. Start designing like the women. Time since he's swimming in the freestyle. See my nigga with the backpack. Piece of Q-tip, but I ain't abstract. I'm coming real. You know how I feel, foreign ill. The sweetest shit since Lauryn Hill. When I came down, you know how the name sound. I got 1 pound from everybody. Where's the party right here? I might still give me a light beer or Heineken. That's like my vitamin. I see the blacks and Hispanic, so I get in the zone. You know what type of shit I do when I get the microphone. I can't leave it alone. Tears for me is like my home. I got a roam like a CD. Niggas, you see me on TV. Talk about take it easy. Then I said, I discover. I used to love her. Give me the rubber so I can fuck her. Understand the structure. Constance, the microphone conductor. Get live so I can see all the women. Get to the party, but this is just the beginning. Sooner or later we gon' get this shit live. Peace to lyricists loud and everybody provide. Like that, y'all. It don't stop. To the beat, y'all. It don't stop. We free on y'all. It don't stop. So yo, we gon' get this shit live in a little while. Yo, slow down 1 sec. Slow down 1 sec.
They was musicians back then, first of all. Second of all, they was much more creative. You know, they played. Now everything is electronic. You know, it's all computers and everything. We don't want computers. We like it when it was raw. You know, we like talent. We like to hear a person that was like a Clyde Stumblefield, like on the drums. You hear him, you know, who's the drummer for James Brown, and you can listen to him and say he been practicing. He must have been practicing since he was a little kid. That's how good he was on the drums. You understand what I'm saying? So this is we like talent. That's why we go back and get these old records, because you can't copy that on computers. You can't copy that on keyboards. The sounds that they have back then. So we want those sounds. You know what I'm saying?
We know what they want, and we look for things that we think they'll buy. Top-notch producers who come in here and shop on a regular basis. You know, people like Easy Mo Bee, Pete Rock, the guys from Wu-Tang. They're very original. Some of the examples are, you know, a producer could come in and I could sell him, you know, he's working on a specific project. I could sell him 50 records. Maybe he'll use 5 on that particular project. So I try and get an idea of what he has used and exactly what pieces he's used, so that in the future I can look for things that have that kind of quality that I can, you know, look after for him. And every producer is different. Everyone wants to use a different specific thing. Sometimes they're different for every project that a certain producer does. But a lot of producers really stick with the same type of stuff. One producer in particular likes, you know, vocal group stuff. So I know he'll not only look for vocal group stuff that, you know, is particularly the kind of thing that he likes, like soul vocal groups, but also if I get something like that that has a funk background that's useful for him, it's an extra bonus for him.
Buying old records is a habit, so let's get busy and dig in the crates.
Yo, Lance, what joints I just caught off the street right now?
Bottle of wine, fireballs.
Fireballs, you know what I mean?
Good stuff.
Got some good stuff.
Chuck Rainey.
Chuck Rainey. Let the people see it. Don't be stingy.
All right.
Little Chuck Rainey there.
You got the jigsaw.
Oh, the jigsaw. Rare.
Also, it's become a very expensive pastime. A lot of these records, especially the more obscure ones, get very expensive. And they're expensive because so many people like them or looking for all the same records. So that drives the market price up very high, especially in a city like New York, where they're not so easily accessible. You know, if you have to like start searching in, you know, other parts of the country to try and find a lot of the more obscure things.
When we're out of town, you know, we have a phone book. You know what I mean? And we're looking at, you know, old record stores or thrift shops, you know, things of that nature, you know, basically where you might be able to find records, you know. And, you know, a lot of times it's also cheaper out of town. You know, New York, you know what I'm saying? You can spend like $400 and get like this much records here because, you know, they know the value of the records.
Last time I went shopping, a major shopping, I think Chicago on New Year's Eve. I go once in a while to the record shows. You know what I'm saying, that we have out here in New York. So I go once in a while to those. But like a massive record shopping, I haven't went record shopping since Chicago. It was a big, gigantic record store. I forgot the name of it. In like downtown Chicago in the city. This record store was dope. It's like, it was hot. It was hot. If it was in New York, it would have been finished. It would have been done. So, I don't remember exactly what I bought there, but I came home happy.
Oh, a lot of the producers don't particularly look for beats. A lot of them look for sounds. You know, they want a glissando keyboard, or they're looking for, you know, strings, or, you know, weird. I get so many requests for weird synthesizer effects.
Nowadays, it ain't all about buying grooves and all that, because you could chop up any record to sound like anything, you know? Like me-wise, you know, I chopped up a lot of records, and you wouldn't know what it was.
Some things are definitely very obscure, and even, you know, the worst records can have the greatest beat on it. One good example is the common Turtles record that they use all the time. I mean, I don't think dance people particularly care for the Turtles, but the beat is great. There's no doubt about it. The King Kawana Wana Wana. It's a very popular one, used a lot.
Then you got records like this that, you know, a lot of people look at these records and they be like, this is too early, you know? They're like, nah, this wouldn't have beats. But if I would play this record right now, you'll be like, oh shit, this is where this person got this sample from. And the point I'm trying to make is you shouldn't look at records from the outside. You should like look at the records from the inside and listen to them and figure out what you can get, you know? Just buy records because just like buying records. Don't buy records because people tell you. Just go with your instinct, go with your flow, you know? Open a record, look at the record. You see Tom Scott, you know, you got Mike Lang here. Just look at the record and basically just get a feel of the record, you know? It's on impulse. And that's about it.
There's always something out there that you still haven't heard. There's always new stuff out there, always. Never stop buying records and never stop, you know, studying them and stuff like that. There's always something new out there. Always.
I've been digging for like 10 years, you know what I'm saying? Longer than that, you know what I'm saying? You know, every day I find something new. You know, every week I find something new. You know, you gotta be into it. You know what I'm saying?
There's so many records out here. You can never get to look through all of them. You can never have every record. You can never. You know what I'm saying? Unless you 70, 80 years into doing beats, then you can say I got almost every record. Me, as young as I am, I can never have every record. I could always find a new record or new sounds because there's so many different fields of music. You know, jazz, rock and roll, you know, blues, everything. There's so many fields, R&B. You cannot go through all those records in that little bit of time. Nobody can't be that, you know, egotistic where you go, oh, I got every record. I don't even need to shop no more. Nah, that can never happen. If it do happen, then you got to check yourself. You know what I'm saying? I'll never get like that. And I have a lot of records, but I'll never get like that. As long as people selling them, I'm buying them.
Let's start this thing. Hey, yo. Boogie, turn it up. I don't hear nothing. Turn it up. Yo, you hear something, my nigga? I'm fucking high tonight. Hey, yo, my album came out. Hey, yo, Boogie, it's not loud enough. Huh? Turn the mic down. Yeah, I know this shit. Hey, yo, Boogie, let's do it for my hip-hop head. Check it. As a young man walking in these streets where my gun claim is still wearing, the shot make the extra instructive sense to make me inhale with it. All the reaper that I choke, don't provoke and smoke. Have your team left bloody problems solved with coke. Streets is no joke, traces of cancer from guns. Open up your eyes and realize the time fly by. Caught up in true lies, may you believe myself sometimes. Chasing absolute with crime, the streets is mine. I dress it like a strap on my knot, although I'm going through it. Busting cops for pride. Keeping loose rocks for every phenom. I damn near sweat to death. Thinking about the seat I got to bless. So low I rest. Gotta leave some money in the stress. God bless. Lying up safe to death. Street stress. Hey, yo, stop that, Boogie. What y'all doing out there?
Everyone wants to be the cowboy.
So we doing a remix for Ziggy Marley. You know what I'm saying? Like my man just said, Buckshot rhyming on it. Basically, we just playing the track, trying to get it tight. You know what I mean? And trying to do our thing. You know what I'm saying?
It's on the back down. Everyone wants to be the superstar. Wow. I live like a star.
See, you know what it is? Walt's like the actual digger. I'm the one that after Walt picks up the beats. Like, you know, I get lucky on a couple finds, but Walt brings home more beats. And what I do basically is I'll just go in this room and be like, oh, such and such album, alright. And then use the beat, and then when he comes home, he's like, yo, what's up? Use that beat already.
Evil D found, like, he was the first one to loop up the, who got the props. He did that, so everybody was like, wow, Evil D is the man. He's still ain't shit. Would never be shit. And never was shit.
Yo.
there's two kind of breaks to me. You know, there's the drum break, and then there's you know, grooves. You know, where you can loop from grooves. You know what I mean? Really, the time for looping drums has really passed. Everything is more programmable now. You know, in the late 80s and early 90s, that's when a lot of producers were still looping drums. But the science now is to program it so that it sounds like a loop. You know what I mean? You know, I don't really have a definite answer as far as what makes a breakbeat. You know what I'm saying? It all depends on the individual and, you know, how it feels to you. You know what I mean?
You can sample a noise, and if it sounds dope, it's it.
That's what I said before. It's like it's not about the record. It's about production is more advanced now.
Just like, you know, you could loop, you could chop. It don't matter. You know, it's how you rock your shit.
People don't know how to really put together drum sets really good. Like they'll take a snare, a dope ass snare like the if snare. Everybody that's watching this is gonna know what that is. From the band If. Yeah, they'll take that snare and use it with kicks from piece of President kick or a hi-hat from Johnny Guitar, and I call it pickup truck production because it's like you going through town like, this is my snare, this is my kick, and this is my hi-hat. You know, and it doesn't have a true drummer sound. Like a drummer wouldn't do that. A drummer would try to keep his set tuned within itself so it sounds like one voice from his set, you know?
You know, I feel that if I'm working on a beat, you know what I'm saying, I try to put my all into it. I'm not trying to, you know, find the easiest record to loop. I'm trying to find something that's a challenge.
I want it to all fit together perfectly. A cohesive cipher. Consistent, focused effort.
Alright.
Life!
And it goes a little something liggity la I don't just you, I keep the rip you and rip through. Check it. Uncle Moose. Yes. Would you tell us a bedtime story, please? Okay. Y'all tucked in? Yes. Here we go. Yo. Once upon a time not long ago, when people wore Adidas and lived life slow, when laws were stern and justice stood, and people was behaving like hip-hop was good, there lived a little boy who was misled by a little shaitan, and this is what he said. Being used, we gonna make some cash. Jacking old beats and making the dash. He jacked the beats, money came with ease, but Sonny couldn't stop us like he had a disease. He jacked another and another, Michael Jackson, Stevie Wonder, sang some R&B over the track of deep cover. The kid got wild, started acting erratic. He said, yo, that presidential, I got to have it. But looking in his belly, Sonny made up the track. But little did he know that his joint was whack. The shiny A&R said, rock you hit G. Whenever you need a loop, yo, come get me. The kid got Anthony, start to figure I'ma get paid like all of these other niggas. So he in the studio working around the clock on pop radio. Jack the beat to Planet Rock.
was out in the street where he met his sister, who couldn't sing for shit but to mix with her sister. Hooked up the track in an excitation, he decided he had for the radio station, but he was running that he made a left. Was geeks in that top speed and ran into most death. I threw the young man down and I started building. Yo, why you selling lies to our wives and children? He ran upstairs up to the top floor, opened up the door, there, guess who we saw? James, the chicken head radio host who be yapping about beef between East and West Coast. He said this was a bullet, he got to give it run. The chicken said Max is spanked the #1. He went outside, was getting props all over, then he dipped into his ride, the 4-point Rover, raced up the block doing 83. Some cats with Hennessy saw him at a RED. He winked his eye like a star status matters. They ran a tag to make his blood splatter. You rockin' Clay Ice, all you do is Clay Static, and hanging out in Brooklyn late night is problematic. They asked his buddy that he hung on every word he said. They told the kid, back down, that bullshit is dead. Deep in his heart, he knew he was wrong, so he grabbed his 45 and decided to blaze on. When Shake Talk found it, had him astounded, and before long the young boy got surrounded. Let's grab the guns, so goes the glory, and this is the way I got to end this story. He was out chasing cream in the American dream, trying to pretend and justify the means. This ain't funny, so don't you dare laugh. It's just what comes to pass when you sell your ass. Life is more than what your hands can't grasp. Good night.
I mean, in any genre of entertainment, there's always going to be the elite class. And it should be like that. It's like we work very hard to do what we do. It's a lot of blood, sweat, tears, a lot of hits, misses, and a lot of stuff to do what we do. And it's not too cool to just have like any bunch of beginners or any, you know, looking over our shoulder to take it, then use it on some other level and make millions of dollars from it. I mean, you know, I feel strongly about that. You can't tell me that all of the guys that's doing R&B kind of stuff now didn't listen to Pete Rock. You can't tell me that. I refuse to believe it. You know, he started something, just like Primo started something, Showbiz started something, me and Keith started something. You know what I mean?
It's all about being creative, you know. Back when this was happening, back when the original hip-hoppers, I say like, you know, the Flash and everybody back then, and the Grand Wizard Theodore, it was creating, not in the ways they sampling, but they would take records and take the best part of the record and just cut it back and forth. And you know, they wasn't just picking anything that was played on the radio. They was going out and finding other records that was not known and finding the best part. And they was taking that best part and making them known among the hip-hop nation. That's what we doing. We finding records that's not well known. And you know, we making them known, you know, even though they didn't get a whole lot of airplay when the records was out, but after we done them over and put our own, you know, little kicks and snares and our touch to them, and it become another song. So I feel we doing the same thing that they was doing back then.
I mean, hip hop has certainly changed a great deal over the past few years, and hip hop really isn't, you know, it's become a very big category now. It's not like it used to be 10 years ago. And as the things become more sophisticated, they look for many different things. So, you know, next year, you know, they may be sampling country records, who knows.
Darling, you're the highlight of my life.
Yeah, Long Constantine, you know what I mean? Rap is not dancing in a video with an alien. Rap is not jumping around with turtles. Rap is not a polka dot suit. This shit is real. Rap is life.
Gems. Give me 7 days to write a whole album to press. Bet $10,000 and triple the amount that you spent. Fierce with a fountain pen, take the feather and dip. Unless I'm out on the strip, volcano levels is crisp. Low in the club, bag me a Roni and breeze. And if you hungry, mom, my Tim's is macaroni and cheese. You know it's me, Lon, the same old arrogant cat. Gotta thank my pops cause he on and still having his stacks. Pimped in and out of state, shitty parent did that. Arcana Whitey out the cake down on Madison Ave. Now if you ain't caught my tape, I should embarrass your ass. Niggas who copped the bootleg, they fam cracked them in half. Like I ain't know it was Constantine. You better pardon the chief, cause even worse I have Hashi milk carding your seeds. Cause I don't like I'm about to start charging niggas to breathe. I'm paying the fee. On any block they walk in Manhattan. Matter of fact, pack your bags and flee my planet, cause y'all mad, I'm G'ing off and y'all just can't stand it. Deal with the feeling, y'all niggas ain't real appealing. Street anthem got them hands near the ceiling. Milano shit, feeling like soprano hits. If y'all know it, y'all niggas ain't got no wins. Deal with the feeling, y'all niggas ain't real appealing. Street anthem got them hands near the ceiling. Milano shit, feeling like soprano hits. If y'all know it.
See all y'all beat diggers, you see this record, get it. You know what I'm saying? It's hot. It's a poetry record. Ghettos of the mind. Which a lot of us have and go through. Beautiful album, you know?
This shit look pretty right here. You ever heard this?
Okay. Get the other one, the live one.